Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Programming with a Purpose. In this video, I am going to show you how to configure Firebase rules. We have already done the uploading and downloading of data which was open to all users, and we have already implemented the authentication module. Now we are going to integrate both of these things into this project and then add Firebase rules on top of it. So let's get started. So we are saving in the constants file an ID of the user that is logged in. It will be provided by the server. And we are going to use this ID in our upload path. I'm going to change some of the code I'm going to show you in a few seconds. Kindly follow the steps. Here I'm modifying the upload path. Previously we have info and then an auto ID that will be appended to the info path. But now I'm going to add here the UID of the user from the constants file. Here we will name our view controller that we have used as a first step to create an uploading function. So we are going to put a name of the view controller in the storyboard file. After that we are going to create a UI tab bar controller using the code. And then we are going to set the images. I am going to download some of the images from the internet and import them into my assets file. Follow these steps to create the tab bar controller. As you can see, the icons are not properly displayed. They will appear as like big circles. I have sized down the icons in the Finder window, and also I am going to add some of the code to make them visible on the screen properly. So you have seen that after adding the rendering mode, the images are now properly shown and rendered on the screen. So after I've played the code, you have seen that I have uploaded some of the values, and as you can see in the database, the data is now properly visible, and a user ID is added into the info path, and all the fields are then added as a child of that UID in the server. But you have seen there is a problem that when we go back to the download screen in which the data is going to be visible, the field that I've just added, the data that I've just added in the server is not being displayed. This is going to be fixed in our Swift code. So to fix the issue that the data is not updated when we move to the download tab, we have to make these changes in the display data view controller. First, we need to call the fetch data from Firebase function inside the viewDidAppear function, because it will be called every time the view will appear. Okay, but the viewDidLoad will only be called once the view is created. So we move this function to viewDidAppear. And at the second level, we are going to add a data array to empty. I have highlighted this line as well. Add both of these changes, and after that it will be going to work fine. Another problem that we have done in our previous code is that all the images are overwritten when we upload a new data, because we haven't made the data path in the storage unique. So I am going to add a constants.id in the storage reference as well. Once I've done it, you will see that for each of the user, a unique image will be updated whenever we are going to upload a new field. Even if you want to basically update it into a new entry, you can add the child by auto id in the path as well. You have now seen that once we have uploaded the dog image, the images are now differentiated. We have one of the dog image and the other flower images in our previous uploads. So guys, here I am showing you how to add rules into your Firebase database. We have previously set it to lesser than a certain timestamp, which will allow all the reads and writes after the database is created. But now I have changed it to write UID is equal to authentication.uid, both for read and write. So it will only allow the users that are authenticated into our system to read and write to our system. So previously the rules are open to everyone. So we have seen that the data is being downloaded when we go to the download tab. But now you can see that we are getting this issue permission denied because the data will only be accessible to the users. We need to change the path as well. I'm going to add this change in the Swift code. So we have added the child ID in the path, but there will occur an issue. I'm going to show you in a few seconds. This issue occurs because the data becomes invalid. The hierarchy of our data changes. So the code snapshot.children and .next object will cause issue. So we need to basically rearrange our code according to the hierarchy we are using to store the data in the database. So here I'm showing you what changes will be made, and as you can see that we have to add some of the lines, remove some of the data, and it is important that we are going to add a check that if value is nil we are going to show nothing. So here we are adding a label that will give us the information about no data availability in case of if we get no data for a certain user. So I'm going to add that label and I'm going to update the code as well and then run to show you the results. So as you have seen that the data is restricted, now we are going to get only one of the entry that we have added using the upload function after adding the child ID in the path, and for the ABC user. And for the hello user, since no uploading of the data has taken place, so our label no data to display is visible. So this is all for the read basically rules. So it means that the read rules are in place. It is allowing us to read only the data that we have added by adding our user ID. And same is the case with the write. If we are going to write, we need to have a certain login login ID in our path while uploading the data. Only then we can upload the data. So we are done with the rules. So this is all for the Firebase rules. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you are liking the content, please subscribe this channel. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.